There we go, now it's working, yeah. Okay, it's only an hour up here now. We came up the gravel road. And there's nothing but bush and mountains up here. It's beautiful up here.
Yeah, it is very, very beautiful. It's a nice warm day.
It's quiet, that's for sure. There's no birds or nothing right
Yeah,
now.
well, what's the temperature now? It's about 30, which is about 75.
Yeah.
30 degrees. Nice, comfortable kind of weather.
Yeah.
So another time of
Zoli and Randy's adventure.
Let's talk in the forest.
Yeah.
Let's have a talk in the forest. Let's talk about our most excellent adventures, our stuff that.
Oh, we've had some great times over the years.
Well, thank goodness. Yeah,
Sightings,
yeah.
whooping, knocking, banging, whistling, whooping.
But,
you name it, we
I
them
mean,
all.
yeah, and the reason. Okay, one of the reasons why we keep coming back to, hanging out together, because we have fun.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We laugh.
Yeah.
It's a lot of. It's fun. It's fun going out, and you need to laugh. You need to have.
Especially nowadays, eh?
Well, yeah, no kidding.
Our world's
we're
going.
not going to talk about.
Yeah, we won't put anything.
No, we're not going to talk
nothing
about all the
about
bad
downers.
news. All the bad news. But anyways, what we were thinking about, and we were kind of laughing about it. Can you remember Mr. Poopy Pants? Mr. Poopy Pants. He was one of the young adolescents that was following us around.
Oh, in that certain area.
Yeah, well, and it's our theory that it's the young ones that have the time to mess with people, to follow them around or whatever.
Play around.
And so we had a group of young adolescents, and reason we call him Mr. Poopy Pants is because he smelled like poop.
Crap,
right?
yeah, he's a stinky one.
He was a stinker, and I was thinking,
They don't all smell like that.
Some
are kind
some
of a
are
musky
cleaner.
smell,
Some are cleaner than
skunky.
others.
Yeah, but
And-
that
and
guy
you-
was a pure crap smell.
Yeah, he was just nasty, and you could tell. And what we would do is, anytime this is during the time when they like to throw rocks at us or little stones.
Oh yeah, we had lots of that.
And so they'd set us up, and they liked hanging around like dry creek beds. So when you could hear the stone when it off the rocks. So Mr. Poopy Pants, and you could smell him, literally.
Always,
and I'd
always.
usually go, "Hey,
Yeah.
Mr. Poopy Pants, how
That's
you
right.
doing?"
You're the one that named him that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was usually good for something flying out of the woods.
Yeah,
But,
sticks or rocks or anything, pine
But,
cones, you name it.
And that gets into the topic of, this. Some are cleaner than others. I mean, Poopy Pants was like the pig pen of let's say
that's
Charlie
it.
Brown. If you
Good
know
way to put
Charlie
it.
Brown,
Yeah,
So there's one dirty kid in the group
Yeah, he was.
that is lacking in hygiene.
You could
so,
smell him a mile away.
but not all of them stunk, and not all of them do stink. I mean, some of them are.
Some have no smell at all. Yeah.
They're clean.
Okay, the battery here.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on the topic of smells. How when they smell. They do put out a stink like where they remember when you're. Well, we've smelt it before, several times. But one example was when you found the baby tracks in the snow.
Oh yeah.
And,
my son, he found.
Remember
them,
that, that. I think. Well, you talk about it there. Okay, we'll just stop here. Yeah. So getting back to the
tracks in the snow.
Yeah, the baby tracks in the snow. You were there, with Raymond.
Yeah, Ray's the one that found those little tracks.
You smelt that when the female,
The mother? Yeah, the mother.
What do you think is the reason for? Okay, I think it's nervousness.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's nerves and that, but it
What do you
depends,
think? What do you think?
I think they always smell. Just depends which way the wind's blowing.
I don't think it's. I think it's. Yeah, I mean, once they're threatened,
Yeah.
maybe it's a nervousness with it. Because I can't imagine. Okay, I mean, you're trying to be stealthy here.
Yeah.
You know, and putting out a stink that you know, turns your stomach. Yeah, I guess that would, you know, you know,
that
you'll get
happens.
away from
Yeah.
a skunk. You know,
Yeah,
it makes you want to get away from it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but I mean, if you're tracking it and you're, you know, it's not a way to, you know, it's a way of letting them know that something's there. You know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And
That musky smell,
it's not
skunky
definitely
smell.
not
Yeah.
you know, slinky or anything like that. Not stealthy.
Yeah.
You know, but they do put out that horrible, you know.
Wretched smell that
Crap.
just, yeah, you
know,
have to get away. Your
Now,
eyes
you know,
are
I'm thinking,
watering.
and I'm hoping it comes out of the rear end. I don't know.
Well, yeah, just
You know, I don't know
yeah.
where the, you know.
Yeah, it could be other glands, you know,
I don't
different
know.
glands in
Yeah,
the arm.
no,
Or,
that's up for debate.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
Unless someone's got that one figured out. You know, we're open to suggestions. How do they do that? You know, but so getting back to, they don't all stink. Some are cleaner, and actually some I can remember. Well, it was females. I mean,
oh,
it
yeah,
was,
yeah. The perfumey smell, you mean?
Where, you know, I think it was around that.
It's way in the back.
Yeah, and it was like flowers. I
Yeah,
mean, you know,
like
so
a flower,
bottom line, they don't all stink, and they can even smell good. They've even, you know, have probably
That's right, yeah.
flowers or some kind of perfume, you know, some kind of thing that
They know the
smells
plants,
good.
they know the, you know, they know
especially the females.
the
they don't,
herbs, yeah.
They don't. They probably do some decorating or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
You know, or
yeah.
makeup or some kind of thing to make them smell better. Sometimes, you know, when we were gifting, I was thinking, man, let's just get them some soap or, you know,
Yeah,
shampoo.
Yeah. I guess the human side of them is, you know, kicks in once in a while. And,
yeah. Well, I mean,
you know.
you have to. You know, water is good and soap is your friend.
You can't stink all the time like that, or you're going to be in trouble running around, you know.
That's right. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes another thing they do, which is interesting, like we'd be up in middle of nowhere, and then you smell cow, like a cow smell, like, you know,
Oh
cow
yeah,
poop.
cow, even horse,
Poop and
horse crap.
horse. But I mean, there'd be no horse trails, or you know,
There's nothing.
horses
No,
can't get there.
no, they can't. No,
But
you
I
smell horse
think-
crap, horse shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the reason they do that, they wipe that stuff on them
Yeah, that's right.
to
Camouflage.
Yeah.
For hunting and stuff.
camouflage,
Yeah.
to smell like
Yeah.
an herbivore, to smell like a cow, or to smell like a horse.
Horse, and that'll fool the elk, the deer,
Yeah,
and you know.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
That's
Rub a little bit of crap on you here and there.
yeah, but I mean, we're
Go
talking.
hunting.
You know, everybody knows what cow poop smells like, and
Yeah, yeah.
horse manure.
I mean, how many times have we smelled horses in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So I mean, that's another thing that they do purposefully, I guess, for hunting.
Yeah.
And you know, getting into the hunting thing. Okay, like we've seen. Can you remember the? And usually it's a big, huge tree trunk. Okay? And well, actually, you remember? Well, we've seen several, but right around the shelter, there was one with. It's a hollowed out tree trunk, and they walk right in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll just stop.
Okay, I'll pause it for a minute. Yeah, the
When did my
battery.
list? Oh, here it is.
There we go. New battery.
Okay. So what are we talking? Stink?
We had the stinking smells we were talking about, and
Okay, yeah, okay. The next, okay, stink. Okay, so they don't all stink, and they put out that, okay, yeah, actually there's some more stuff about the stink part. Okay, are we talking now, or is
yeah,
it on?
yeah, it's filming. Yeah.
Okay, well, the other thing that, and a lot of people have talked about this one there, where you smell that, it's like a crap dog, wet dog, armpit kind of a smell. It's quite unique, and when you do smell it, I mean, it's like, yeah, you know, it's
Kind of like garbage in a way,
garbage,
you know.
bad, you know, like on a wet dog.
Yeah, well,
you
yeah,
know,
a lot of that wet dog. Yeah.
Wet dog, and then mix that with armpit, and maybe, you know, and if their hygiene isn't too good, poop.
Yeah.
So, you know, but, you know, then you got the ones that are clean and you can't smell nothing at all. You know, so,
That's right.
but they do put out that harsh, skunk, really nasty smell when they're nervous or threatened,
Yeah,
or you know,
yeah.
that's usually, you know, like in the female, like you were getting too close, that was a
Yeah,
sign to
Yeah, should do
back
that,
off
yeah.
and get out of here.
My eyes were watering.
Yeah, so that's enough to, yeah, you know, that's usually enough to tell people to get,
Yeah.
or
yeah.
tell things to get out of there. So, how about the next? Okay, remember big, huge tree trunks, like big hollowed out tree trunks that you can, and we're talking like 6 foot wide. And what they do is they put a little bit of, you can actually walk right into these things, and they put cedars on top, but it's not waterproof on top. But what they do is,
Oh, yeah, they stripped the tree, the bark, and put it on top of the stumps, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah,
where
those
they put,
massive stumps.
and just
yeah.
it's just to cover the top of it.
Yeah,
But inside those things, we see rocks
yeah.
put.
Big rocks.
Big
Yeah,
rocks,
big rocks, yeah.
So what the theory is, and what it looks like, is a hunting blind. And they're stashing rocks to, if a deer comes by, they have ammo.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember that one video you just showed it where that upside down stump. The one that was the roots are up.
That went into the stump?
Yeah.
The one you're in the video, you mean that
Yeah.
one? Oh, yeah, I
And
remember.
then,
Yeah,
but then there was another part of that video where there's some branches, and in the branches, like leaned against a tree, and then there's rocks. Also.
Oh, that structure, yeah, right.
Yeah,
At the
remember
bottom
that?
there's
Yeah.
rocks, yeah.
And theory is,
Mm-hmm.
that they use those rocks for ammo.
Yeah, that's right.
So they
yeah.
stash. Think of it. I mean, you throw a rock at a deer, that's going to slow them down.
Especially when it's the size of a friggin' baseball,
Wow.
softball, I mean.
And they know how to throw.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They make.
They'll knock that deer down.
Imagine
or elk.
what kind of picture they'd make. I wonder if they can hit 100 miles an hour.
Oh, easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
So definite. So they have. This is a theory, but I mean they stash rocks. In these
Stumps.
places,
Yeah.
stumps, and where they lean sticks against different places and put rocks there. Smart.
Yeah,
Smart
yeah.
for,
Especially at night,
Yeah.
Because they can see we're really good at night.
Yeah.
Just as good as in the daytime.
All right. And how about you want to talk about what they look like? Like there's a big variety
Oh, yeah.
in what they, because I mean from
Yeah, from the young ones to the older ones to the...
yeah, I mean think of the one Patty,
Yeah, oh, yeah, Patty.
I mean Patty, the picture that you've got, in the behind the stump, that could be Patty's son.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They look so
yeah,
much
it
alike.
looks-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
He's got curly hair. And it looks like and then
Yeah. Same
so
kind of skin tone,
the
and
skin tone, wide nose, kind of
like
thing.
grayish.
Pretty big head,
Yeah, yeah.
and but I mean,
Then
there's
you
a
get
whole variety of
the Wookiee type.
Pardon me?
The Wookiee type too,
Yeah,
Is it
the Wookiee, yeah.
Am I thinking? Yeah, is that right?
Where
Yeah.
the hair is so
Long.
all you see is their eyes almost.
Yeah, yeah, like that
And
one.
they
I
have
s-
beards
Yeah, yeah.
and stuff like that.
Remember that old one I seen with my friend there up in the hill years ago?
Mm-hmm.
That one old guy. He was gray and he had super long hair.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like an old prospector. But 12, 14 feet tall and gray.
Yeah.
Super long hair. His hands were all yellow and. It's because the sun was shining on him, When he'd move, you'd see the yellow on his ass. It's kind of yellowish, the hair there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like all gray
Maybe
with a
he
bit
was
of
older.
auburn.
Maybe he was an old
Oh,
guy.
he was old. He was hunchbacked,
Okay, so
leaning
he's
forward.
getting
He's probably
gray.
like 80
He was
something.
getting gray or whatever. Yellow.
Oh, he was really gray.
Yeah, that's
with little bits of like auburn in him. Like
Yeah,
that light brown.
that's cool.
Oh, I guess I'll change this battery.
You just put that one in.
Up on the ridge here, steep here. It's got a few rocks and all your busted branches. Yeah, this is always been a great area around here.
Yellow. Yeah, so you're talking about the old fellow.
Oh, the old guy, yeah. He was definitely old and hunchback, and yeah, it was cool. It was a good encounter and sighting. And it was a little spooky because he was a ways away, and we were looking with the binoculars, and my friend could see him with his naked eye. That's how good his eyes were back then. But I was using binoculars, and I could see him pretty good. Had that human-looking face, kind of pale. Yeah, it wasn't really gray skin. It was like yellow.
Yeah.
Kind of a
Well,
weird,
the thing,
you know?
the skin color is,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some are Caucasian, like, sort of,
Yeah, yeah.
and they come in gray, black,
Yeah,
dark,
oh, yeah,
darker.
yeah.
So they come in all colors,
Mm-hmm.
just like us.
Yeah. That human mix, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Beautiful shades of love. God
That's
made
Zoli's
us.
way.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah. Actually, I like this. There's a song that explains, we're God, that we're creations of God, that God made us, and that we're all just beautiful shades of love.
Oh, there you go.
God
Yeah.
loves the variety.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but I mean, Sasquatch come in all, just like us.
Forms,
Yeah,
sizes,
color,
looks, yeah.
beards, they have ponytails. Actually,
Yeah.
Patty was supposed to have, somebody
she
mentioned
did.
that she
Yeah.
had like a ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, they look like their hair is combed.
Yeah, yeah.
With a part kind of thing. Some I've seen one that looks like who's that guy that Texan from anyways, he had he dances like he's done dancing and whatnot in Tex
Patrick?
Patrick, yeah,
Swayze?
Swayze. There it is. It looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
like Patrick Swayze hair kind of thing. I'm thinking, what
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
but it looks like some take care, and obviously, the hair looks groomed. Some have like 2 foot long hair,
Yeah.
like long hair,
Mm-hmm.
and so there's a big variety in the looks, and like the one behind the tree that did the flute. I mean, she was just like,
Oh, she was, yeah.
black.
Oh,
Patty,
yeah, I remember that when you played the flute and she
Yeah.
played it back exactly the same
But I mean,
as what
she
you
could
did.
have been like Patty lookalike
Yeah,
contest winner. there,
close, but she
'cause
was kind of shiny black, eh?
shiny back. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She
Yeah, remember she was
I
behind
think
that
she was
little
younger
tree.
though. I think she was.
Yeah, she was younger than Patty, yeah. This one was in her 20s for sure.
Yeah.
Well, she looked
I don't
like
know.
it, yeah.
Like, how could you?
Remember, you could see her face and her
Yeah,
boobs
yeah,
sticking
yeah,
out the
yeah.
front of
No,
the tree,
she-
and in
she
the
was
back of the tree, you could see her
definitely-
bum sticking out the back.
Yeah,
The tree was too small.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's definitely
that was a good. That was one of my
had a-
favorite encounters and
had a
sightings
good
that we
set
had.
on her there. To stick out in the front, and
Yeah.
she's.
She wasn't that tall. I'd say 6 feet, maybe.
Yeah, fine example of a Sasquatch.
Yeah, and she did a great job mimicking your flute because she played
Yeah,
that same
yeah.
tune that you did.
Yeah.
That was an amazing encounter, and that's one of my favorite ones ever.
That was fun.
That was a great
That was
one.
a good one. So then, one topic that nobody's really, well, actually, everybody knows that they're, they're everywhere. I mean, like in Russia, they call them the Alma.
Everywhere, yeah.
Everybody knows that. They seem to be a little bit smaller in Europe and
They're almost
in Russia. Smaller. Like in North America, they seem to be the big.
Especially when you get
8
towards
to
Alaska.
10, 12,
Yeah.
Alaska, big boys, big guys. And Australia, they got Yowies.
Oh, yeah, Yowies, yeah.
And even in,
Even in the Philippines, they're called the
Philippines.
Capris.
Yeah,
Capri.
yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. But,
well, even in Vietnam, they had.
oh, yeah, those ones, yeah. Hawaii?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a story, we can talk about that later, but where the, well, actually, okay, we'll talk about it now. We're during the Vietnam War, they used to call them, I don't know what they called them, jungle, whatever.
Jungle monkeys or something?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But I mean, I guess one was shot and was brought back to the States, and there's a story about that.
Mm-hmm.
And but they were smaller.
Yeah, I think they're like 5-footers, like in the Philippines.
Yeah,
They're like 5
yeah,
feet tall.
so they're smaller.
Yeah. 'Cause I remember.
They come in all sizes too. So
Yeah.
that's interesting stuff there.
Because in the Philippines, eat the mangoes,
Yeah.
the mangoes up, mango trees or whatever. And I remember
Oh,
my
that's
wife
cool.
and her friends saying, yeah, they come out in the morning and her grandpa would feed them, way back, like in
Well, that's
early
cool. I didn't know that.
1900s,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and I said, what are they called? She
What?
goes, oh, they're called Capris, yeah, Capri in the Philippines. But they're not that big. They never go over 6 feet, she says. They're usually
That's
5
cool.
feet tall, or 4
So
or
they're
5 feet.
smaller in the
Tropical, I guess.
tropical,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit smaller.
They don't have all the, what do you call it here? Harsh weather to.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But, so there's a variety of sizes also.
Yeah.
So that's one topic that is interesting is some are seeing like where they look like where they look ugly, or like their faces look like a cat or something like that.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
what the way
Demonic
to
style, you mean?
well, no,
just,
I mean where they look like something different, like but to explain that, you've got some they don't have doctors to operate on babies with cleft palate, eh?
yeah, different.
So imagine if
yeah.
the cleft palate is when you got the split in the lip
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
when you're born.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you don't have doctors that know how to sew that thing up, and these kids grow up, and then
Just a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. So if you see them, then then they're going to get a whole lot of different. It'll look like something different. Look like something strange. So you've got also, they're normal mentally or whatever, but I mean they just, which is pretty sad. I guess if there's one thing that they could benefit by, imagine doctors that could fix that up for them. But they call that cleft palate hair lip.
All right.
You remember that?
Yeah,
And then, but it's not. I used to always think it was like HAIR lip, but it's not. It's HARE.
All right. Yeah.
Like in a rabbit, because their
Right.
faces look like with the split upper lip, like a rabbit. Eh? So there you go.
That raven's up there.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
He's telling us where the Sasquatch are around.
Actually, we did hear some
Knocks.
knocks here, and
And darkness will
we're
be
in a-
coming on us soon.
well, something's going on down, like actually where the camera's pointed, and actually to the right,
Yeah.
because there's been a little bit of, whatever, a little bit of knocks, and I guess you heard a whoop or whatever noise, but we'll see.
Over there. Yeah, down
We'll
that
see
way.
how things
Yeah,
develop,
you
because
never
we're
know.
actually going to be staying and
Few
doing
more
some
hours.
night maneuvers.
Yeah, we'll be
doing
night.
some stuff in the dark. 'Cause, usually we don't do that because
We've had
well-
some spooky encounters
well,
at night.
it's because it's every
And
advantage.
you can't see anything,
Every advantage is to the Squatch and everything. I mean, they see better. They, the whole thing. And
Not much we can do.
I like that's why we do most of our stuff during the day. But I mean, tonight we're gonna do some night stuff, which might be interesting. So
We'll check out a few areas and.
yeah. So it's going to be, we're going to get some, hey, we came all the way over here. We're going to get a good bang for our buck.
Yeah, there you go.
Going to do some good,
Okay, I'll pause that one for a minute.
are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready now, yeah.
Yeah. So it's getting darker, and we're going to be doing some night research, night moves, night research. And
This camera doesn't show much at night.
no. I mean, every advantage is to advantage Squatch. But today we're not. We don't want to talk about it, but there's been some hoots and bangs.
Yeah, a couple of good ones for sure.
Yeah, but we don't want to talk about it because we didn't get it on.
Didn't get it recorded.
We didn't get it recorded, so we're not talking.
It's always
about
the way.
It. But the rascals are still out there, live and kicking.
And banging.
And, right now it's a quiet period. They're
Now's when we want them to do something because I got the camera going, of course.
yeah,
But
of course. But I mean
you know,
that's what it is.
very rarely that'll happen.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes.
So we're gonna go to another place that
It's one of
we're
our
still not
favorite
there yet,
spots.
Yeah. We're not gonna give you the name of it, but where the baby tracks were recorded, and Randy will probably dig those tracks out and show you the video.
Oh, the baby tracks in the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully I can find that video.
That's also the area where when we went out with Les
Oh, Les Stroud. Yeah.
and that weird
Howl.
howl. But my first impression And can you dig that one up? You probably have a recording of that howl.
No, I don't. I don't
You'd
think
have
I
to
do.
go into Les's stuff
Yeah,
too.
Les's site. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, if you do a little bit of research, you can find that howl. But that howl was.
Actually, I thought I recorded it. Didn't I have my camera
I'm pretty
going?
sure you did.
Yeah, I
but
think I had my camera
it's got to be
going.
somewhere.
I
know
must
it's
have
on
it
his-
somewhere. Yeah.
It's on his stuff.
Yeah.
But my first impression was that it's a weird coyote. Weird, like a guttural, weird coyote. But the other thing that you could say is dogman.
That's
And you don't want to say that.
No.
'Cause that's pretty
what it sounded like to me.
pretty freaky too, because it was like a weird
Kind of a wolf kind of howl.
yeah,
Kind
it
of.
was just ugly. I don't know. Okay,
Never heard
yeah.
anything like that in my life. That's all I
Well,
can
it
say.
was just weird. It wasn't your normal.
What was that?
I don't know.
Is that a howl?
I don't know.
I got
It's
that on-
recorded
I got
anyways
that on
'cause
camera.
we're
That was
talking
really
now.
deep, wasn't it? Wow.
Something. I don't know what that was. But
My battery's gonna die here any
no,
second.
let's keep her going. Till
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounded like okay. You know, there's a possibility. We'll just throw it out there. The freaking dogman.
Yeah. Something I could
That's-
think
I
of.
don't even like thinking about those things. Those are everything you know about them are ugly.
Remember, I seen one. Yeah.
Well, you
That
you
skinny one,
describe
remember?
it then.
He's about
Have you
7
ever
feet
talked
tall.
that? So you talked about it before.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, about 7
well,
feet
talk about
tall,
it
and
again.
he
This
had
is
fangs, and he was like a dog snout, and pointy ears, and skinny, muscular looking kind of thing, real evil looking, demonic looking thing. Like I say, if I had a gun, I would have shot him, man. I would have blown his head off, because he was gonna get me. And I was leaving apples in this one area and some other gifts, right, for the Sasquatch, and he came in and destroyed the whole area. He even found a club there. I think he had a club in his hand, because I found the club there a few days later when we went back with a friend of mine, right? And the club had blood on it, which was weird. And
Well,
my friend wouldn't touch it, and he says, "Don't touch it," and I didn't touch it, so we left it, and it was a club. But
No, I think the thing is demonic.
oh yeah, for sure.
Something ugly. 'Cause
Evil
even,
about
even
that
just
thing.
Talking about
I sensed him, and even before I seen him, and
Yeah.
I stopped, and all of a sudden I look over there, and there he is. He's just waiting for me. If I would have just kept on going, he would have had me. Lucky I sensed him and saw him, and he was just standing perfectly
well,
still.
God-
Then he moved a little bit with his head.
that's the time
And I'm
God
like,
is
that's a
taking care of
dogman.
you.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
God is, your
Always.
angels are watching
Yeah.
out for you there.
I would have been a goner there.
But yeah, so that's the other possibility of that. That's the area we're going to go to
Yeah,
again.
yeah, that area.
But that.
And that was
a
broad
few
daylight I
years
seen
ago.
him.
It doesn't mean
Yeah.
the thing is there.
And I saw him in
But,
broad daylight.
Yeah,
2 in the afternoons when I saw him.
there's a whole lot of weirdness out there. I don't even like thinking about those freaking
Oh,
things.
I know. Sasquatch is enough to deal with besides Dogman and the other entities out there.
Well, okay.
going in and
now
out.
that we're talking about, I mean, I think it's a demonic,
Realm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a lot of the, we're just going to do a quick warning about the mind speak and all the rest of this.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got the
All right.
flash down here because my camera doesn't work at night too good.
Yeah, so we're in the area. Well, actually we talked about that. We're the baby. These are real small tracks. Zoli noticed in the mud here. Look at my hand. My hand dwarfs them. Look at that. You can see the toes, and there's the other one over there. It would look like. Well, like baby tracks playing in the mud. You can see one step, and then the next. It's tiny. You can see it on the video.
Get an idea as to the length. I'd say they're about 4 inches long.
4 inches, yeah. There's a
You
few
can
in
see
here.
the next step. And they're just playing in the mud.
Yeah, she's a little dusty. We're heading to another area now. It's one of our favorite areas. Right there. It's weird. Huh. There's a small creek coming down off the road up there. Okay, there's Zoli up there ahead of me. save my battery.